So I've had a few people ask me to make like a how-to video on doing wheelies on bicycles and things like that. I've done a few videos on motorcycles, and I wanted to make a quick how-to video on just some things that I've learned on. I just started riding bicycles aggressive about a year or two ago, something like that. I picked it up actually to keep in shape for the motorcycle stunt seasons and stuff like that, and I kind of just fell in love with it. But I am actually riding a specialized Fatboy now, which I'll show you a little bit more about in a little bit. A few things I wanted to go over though before we get started on the how-to wheelie video. You'll notice in some of my onboard shots that my left hand is the rear brake, my right hand is the front brake. The reason I have it this way is because on my stunt bikes, on my motorcycles, the right hand is the front brake, the left hand is the rear brake. Don't let that confuse you whenever you're watching this video. Typically, whenever you buy a bicycle, the left hand is the front brake, the right hand is going to be your rear brake. So everything that you're seeing from me, make sure that you flip it around, because you don't need to get on your on your bike and grab the wrong brake, and we have big problems. So that's the first really important detail. I want to show you whenever I am bringing the actual wheelie up on a bicycle. First thing I'm going to do is get it to just past balance point. And I'm going to kind of catch the wheelie with my rear brake. So I'm getting the wheelie up to the point which would be just past where, let's see if I can show you here, just past where like the bicycle would float by itself or something like that, which would probably be somewhere around in there. I don't know if you can see me right now or not, but somewhere around there is where you'll see the wheel come up to where it'll be past balance point, because I'm going to be hanging off of it as well. There's a lot of factors that'll play in there, but I'll get it past balance point, catch it with the rear brake, and then this whole time I just keep pedaling. Obviously the pedaling is what's keeping the wheel up, the rear brake's what's going to bring it back down so I don't go too far, and then it's just kind of balancing act from there. So I'll shut up and we'll start getting to some riding. My approach, how I kind of preload, if the bike had suspension, I would be preloading the suspension. Since this one doesn't, I'm just kind of preloading that front tire. And by preload, I mean you're pushing down on it, getting a little bit of a bounce from it, and then you're gonna pull it. You're gonna use that bounce to help the front tire come up. You're pulling it up a little bit and giving it that extra push. Preload, and up. And then once you're up, you're using your weight to kind of lean back. As you go faster, it's going to make you more stable. A little bit faster wheelie. I'm going right to left. Balance point, just using all brakes. So, doing your wheelie, there's in front of the balance point, you're pedaling harder. Behind the balance point, all brake. Okay, I actually prefer to have the setup like this particular bicycle has. I've got hydraulic brakes on the front and rear, going down to disc brakes on the wheels. Those are also going to be front and rear, and then I have some gears like every typical mountain bike. I do want you guys to keep in mind though, just because this is the setup that I have on my bicycle does not mean this is the setup that you have to be able to wheelie any bicycle, any motorcycle, anything like that. Everything is possible. I've seen so many guys, you don't have to have disc brakes, you don't even have to have hydraulic brakes, you don't have to have any of these extras that I have on the bicycle. These are just extras and they're awesome to have. This one has a carbon fiber front end, like I was saying, it makes it a little bit lighter in the front, but it's not necessary. Any bicycle that you have, almost any, you can make it do these wheelies. As long as you have a good rear brake, you can pretty much wheelie your bicycle. The most important part is make sure whenever you're figuring this stuff out, wear your gear. I know it's not always cool, and I don't always wear all of my gear. I don't have any elbow pads on, I don't have knee pads on, but I try to wear a helmet, especially if I'm trying anything new. Wear a helmet because you don't know exactly what's going to be coming up or what kind of issues you're going to run into, and definitely wear gloves. Gloves to me are the most important part next to a helmet, because typically whenever you get ready to fall down, what's the first thing you're going to do? Throw your hands out to catch yourself. So me personally, every time I fall down, the first thing I'm going to hurt is my hands. So I always make sure I try to keep those protected. thanks very much, you guys, for watching. If you have any questions or anything from any of the videos, make sure you put them in the comments section. Feel free to share this video if you think it'll help anyone else. And thanks very much to Specialized as well as Bike Cycles here in Wilmington, North Carolina.